Softball City was an establishment in Haynesville opened in 1988. It lasted through the 90s into 2001 upon its closing. During that time, Softball City was a huge stepping stone in Haynesville being put on the map. So here's a little bit about it.
Softball City hosted softball games, but was also a restaurant and bar directed at middle-aged persons to enjoy beer and play softball. People enjoyed Softball City because it was a very fast-paced place. Everybody was ready to play. The official rulebook talked about multiple team leagues being played each year until championships, where the winners took home 15 special championship jerseys or trophies. The book also talked about special home rules like batter is out, see a second foul ball after second strike, and teams must have at least one person of each gender.
Although the facility was part-tuned to amateur softball players and sometimes semi-pros, it had a history in the Softball Hall of Fame. Serving as a groundskeeper and general umpire at Softball City was none other than Greg Merrick, renowned in the softball community, and it's Hall of Fame for his meritorious service to the fields and places he played at. Greg was inducted into the Softball Hall of Fame in late 2008, sadly after his passing a few months beforehand.
Although Softball City was beloved for people around Haynesville, it didn't bring too much revenue for the village of Haynesville itself. This according to one of Grayslake Central's substitute teachers and member of the Haynesville board, Jerry Daly. Mr. Daly also pointed us in the direction of Softball City's original owner, Otis Carter, though unfortunately, Otis Carter did not answer our calls.
In an article entitled They're Having a Ball in Haynesville, published in May of 1992, says that the service is a business service and we run it for the convenience of our customers. If they're not pleased with our product, they won't come back next year, and if they don't come back, we're out of business. Because the surrounding area of Haynesville was not as big as it is today, Carter relied heavily on pleasing customers as much as possible to keep the facility going.
People who enjoyed Softball City were mostly from around Lake and Grayslake, and there was even a celebrity visit. Bill Murray, an ex-Ghostbuster, visited the facility for charity while filming the movie Mad Dog and Glory in Chicago. From what we can find, the most eventful thing that ever happened in Softball City's history was Murray hitting a triple and then a home run.
But nowadays, nobody has tried to make a facility similar to Softball City, though we do have remnants of it. Where the Avon Baseball Complex stands today, including many of the surrounding houses, was the original site of Softball City. In the early 2000s, it was sold to build many houses in the surrounding area, but the softball-baseball diamonds remained. But those housing developments contributed 706 housing units to the village, more than 50% of the previous amount of houses.
After new housing developments, Haynesville lost the reputation of being a speed trap, with hidden cops seeking out speeders with radar, which frustrated anyone going through the village. Most of the reason this had occurred was because Haynesville population was becoming way too large, which had led to the hiring of more officers. Those officers couldn't be paid without the cops radaring every single driver.
But as far as we know, that is the complete history of Softball City in Haynesville. Though it's possible people miss it, it's unlikely Softball City will ever make a return.